Here you go. Now, oh, it's cool. Okay, looks like we are live now, eventually. Hello everyone. Okay, it is. Hello guys, how are you? Welcome to our Thursday Q&A with me, with Alex Koloskov. I'm your host. I can hear, yeah, it's okay, that's fine. I was kind of placeholder with the sound. Actually, it's not. Wasn't the best idea have such placeholder. Anyway, I'm live. So, thank you, Alisa, Aurora, Joseph, Haitam. Whoa, Guilherme. This is how pronounce it right. So, hello. I'm glad to see that you are there. And let's switch to our live view like this. Okay. And we have some rather awesome submissions to talk about, especially jewelry. Wow. How was your week, guys? Was it good? Time flies. I mean, that's just crazy. But it's a summer, I guess. I see, William. So let's talk. Let's start talking. Well, before this, the announcement, it will be. I almost finished recording that course that I told you about, the AI. AI for beginners and professionals, and some awesome tools came out last week. Amazingly good. Anyway, announcement will be there. It will be a free workshop first, so you kind of will see if it's for you or not. I will explain what it will be there and show you some real stuff on the workshop. Yeah, I'll send email. Okay, guys, let's start talking about our photography. Oh, доброе утро. It's 1 p.m. But for me it's almost like morning. Yeah, a long morning. Yesterday I went to bed 3 a.m. Crazy. Anyway, Paul has some amazing edits of the jewelry that we already talked about last time, and this. It's an amazing demonstration. Why I always tell guys do the vignetting, do this gradient on circular or whatever. In this case, it's circular on a background. Anytime where we have some subject sitting in the middle. Look at just a difference between this and this. I don't know. I absolutely love this one. It just the subject is exactly the same. I mean, same brightness. I see that it's not edited, but when you change the background this way, it just grabs more attention. It looks better, just simply like this. So yeah, Paul looks great. That's awesome. Nice edit for the ring and everything. Yeah, and another edit which I like too. The good thing that we have colors matching. The flower and the gemstone, they basically in the same palette, which is great. This is how it should be, because there is no other greens and stuff, but yeah, we have this color and it makes sense. The whole thing makes sense now. So I like this edit as well. Yeah, maybe slightly brighter. When you place it on a white background or bright background. In this case, it's relatively bright. You see these gemstones? They look dark. They look darker than background. Background is not white, so more brightness pole will help them to be more sparkly. Just increase contrast and increase the brightness of these guys. I don't know, we can always try to use Photoshop. Where is my Photoshop? You know, to get there. Okay, clipboard, awesome. So if you try to do this, right? Let me try. And by the way, they're slightly out of focus. Not sure why. They're slightly out of focus. So dodge, right? One of the tools we can use. So slightly brighter, but you know what? It should be even more. I mean, I think more contrast on these, beside being brighter. So maybe somewhere like this. You see, I did this one a little bit more. And sharpen. Okay, I'm not going to do the whole thing because you need to add sharpening to preserve details. But look at these guys. They not really looking that well. Where is my tool? Come on, not blur. Oh, here it is. Yeah, like this one, for example. You see, it's really dark. It's not good. Okay, anyway, you got the idea. This shouldn't be that bright. Oh, sorry, that dark. The rest is super cool. I like it. No problem. And yeah, this is the winner. This is the definitely winner. Okay, let's do some food. Alena, hello, Alena. Da. I think Alena speaks Russian, same as me. Not sure about Ukrainian, but and we got this beer. Alena, are you from Estonia, right? Or somewhere close by? I have roots from, I think from Estonia, yeah. I used to be Antenman, not Koloskov that time when I was born. Anyway, we have this. And Alena, it's cool. I love the composition. I love the way that, you know, the beer is glowing. We have different sorts of beer. Few things. Overall, it looks really good. First, the form. You understand, right? That beer form, it's the most, I don't know, sexiest thing on the glass of beer. Nice form. So you have, it's relatively nice, even though it could be nicer in terms of the shape. Form on this. This is already, I mean, stayed for a while. So how you should beer? There are a few things. First, you can use some form maker for beer, or, well, there are photography kind of grade, but it's basically any shampoo or something. You can add it into the beer and then kind of stir it nicely, and then it will form a form that will stay for way longer than a normal beer. That's one thing. Another thing that, you know, you pour a beer, you start shooting. Once you have your lighting and everything on place, it looks good, you add form. You know, you just make form somewhere else and then just pour it, I mean, put it in with the spoon or whatever. So you top up the form, okay? This is how on any beer advertisement you will see that form is in perfect shape and it's kind of sticking out slightly out of the glass. This is what you need to do, okay? Everywhere. And okay, this one, for example, looks okay on this big glass, a dark beer, because it's kind of nice form. This is not nice and that is not nice. I mean, both that wheat beer or whatever, and another one, lager, probably. No, Carlsberg. Anyway, the form should be better. That's one thing. Then the crop. You know, it's a big image. I mean, you have lots of room around, and I understand why you have this crop where you kind of you want to show this. You know how it's in English Koloskov. I mean, this stuff sticking out, but you kind of getting beer a little bit lost. I would crop it somewhere more like this. Yes, maybe some rearrangement is needed, but this case the beer is the, you know, it's there, it's nice, big, and we see the details and everything. Okay, because yes, I understand this is cool, but there is more important stuff there, right? So I would crop it somewhere like this. And yeah, we don't need this. You can always have, actually yeah, it's good even without this stuff on the bottom. Then I would suggest you to get slightly more contrast. It's fine like this. It's fine. I mean, it's not a problem. Where is my Photoshop? I was playing a little bit with it here, and so I was playing, making it a little bit darker. But you know what? I kind of like it more. What you did. Because what I did here, I made it slightly slightly darker, especially this area. You see this one, but you know, now I'm looking that probably it's not necessary. It's still good. So instead of foam and crop, that's it. That's fun. Okay. Yeah. And this is how it was done. Guys, you see that there is no sort of gradients that I allow. You know, I will say, hey, where is your gradient on the glass? But on this composition, it's not necessary. I really feel that like this. Yeah, I feel that it's okay, like it is now. Because we have, for example, the glass that is kind of transparent. We see through it, and there is nice, you know, that propping basically, right? Here it's wheat beer. Again, it's not transparent, so it may be okay to shoot like this. I don't think that it's really necessary to have, you know, those nice gradients on the glasses. Okay. Yes, composition is good. So, I'm wondering, Alena, why you shoot ISO 50 at 1/800 of a second. It's a little bit strange. I'm not sure, maybe I'm wrong, but Canon 6D native ISO, maybe there are two native ISOs there, but native, the minimum one, is probably 100 ISO, not 50. And I can tell you that the best quality and best dynamic range, this is even more important, dynamic range, is on native ISO. So if you can shoot ISO 100, it's better to shoot ISO 100. ISO 50, even though it's kind of, you might think, hey, it's less noise, but you know, there is no noise at ISO 100. So it's better to shoot native ISO. You have better quality, better dynamic range. And it's brown color, so it's a strobe. And with strobes, I would shoot at X sync, which is not 180, but probably like 1/200 of a second. If you didn't use the continuous lighting in your composition, probably not. You better use X sync, so faster shutter speed, to get to make sure there is no influence of any other lights, continuous lighting, to your setup, because you have some, you know, looks like some probably daylight is going on. You have modeling light, so no reason to shoot 1/800. Alrighty, let's move to Sanford. Hello, Sanford. we have, it's not a beer, it's probably some hard liquor, right? I don't know what it is. And we have some splashes and stuff.
This is one shot.
Okay.
Okay, this is the result.
Okay.
Okay, this is a strip box with diffuser. This is a strip box with diffuser, the background, and the
Spotlight, right?
pattern in the background.
Okay.
And, this light is only for the background.
Okay. So, Sanfer. Let me think. First of all, I mean, it's you kind of doing everything right, but I don't feel the emotional impact that I supposed to feel from such image. You know, I'm talking about splash. You know, all this alcohol, you know, flying. It must be something missing. Let me think about what it could be, because technically it's fine. You have frozen your splashes. There is no motion blur. But probably it's a little bit too messy, okay? When we have all this stuff around, liquid, it's like we don't drink alcohol like this on a wet table, you know, even when we drop something in it. And actually the what appealing in the splash shots when we have some you know, liquor bottle and hard liquor, and then the splash going on, let's say drop of ice, what is appealing when the rest, you know, the table and any kind of propping is nice and clean. So you don't see that it was, you know, probably like 20 or 30 drops before you catch the good one. Everything is super nice, super clean. You don't have it. Why? I don't know, because you can have table and everything from your first shot that you showed me without anything, without any splashes yet. So it should be clean. Just use the composite image, get it from Photoshop, you know, all the table, because you have it, without changing the lighting, of course. Lighting should be kind of done. That's first thing. Then the glass and what's inside. Is it really like this? Is it like not clean? Because it's almost like a beer for me, and it's not beer, I guess. I mean, it's so I don't know why it looked like this. It should be nice and clear, even with color, contents of the liquid. Ice, yeah, I was telling you that ice better. I mean, it should be nicer ice cubes. So okay, I'm not repeating it. Ice cubes could be better, but even with these ice cubes, it can be nicer. Then more dramatic look. You have too much light on your glass, too much light everywhere. It's kind of the glass gradient. Your gradient is too bright, right? You have nice gradient on the bottle, right? Even though it's slightly too soft, because you need to have sharp cutoff line. The bottle is glossy, but your reflection looks like it's matte bottle, because you don't have a sharp cutoff line on the left of your gradient. It should be sharp. You didn't do it because you didn't do
This is one shot with diffuser.
Correct work with diffusers. When you position it like this, first of all, it won't be contrast gradient, but it's okay. But to get the sharp cutoff line from such reflection, there are a few ways, but probably the simplest for you, use black screen, put it inside. So from the subject side, put it inside, covering the end of your diffuser, where it's actually, you know, the gradient supposed to start, I would say, the brightest one. you cover it, and it will create a sharp cutoff line for you. Okay, so you cover it here where I have, mouse moving. Something really black. And then you make it a little bit darker, in Photoshop, because it may be the reflection from it. It could be, with some light spill, maybe not super dark. But this is the easiest way to get sharp cutoff line. Same for gradient on other side. It's not really visible. In this case, it's not visible at all on your glass. You use really strange your diffusers. I never it's hard for me to remember, but I never used the horizontal strip box, horizontal placement to get gradient. I always use vertical. It gives me, more control of that light fall off on the gradient. For some reason I use it that way. Okay, not sure why, but yeah, it should be done the way that we see that gradient if you want to create it. If no gradient, then you don't need to have diffuser at all. Why to have a diffuser? It's the strip box already have a diffuser, right? It's flat, it's uniform feeling. You can use it to get any light. The only reason to put diffuser between your softbox and subject is to create gradient. Okay, so I'm not discouraging you, but I'm always like that. And like that, background could be darker. Heavy vignetting, some spots on the background, darker spots, to bring the subject up front. Okay. Alrighty. I think we're done. Thank you, Sanfer. Thank you. Clean your table. Really, you do it all the time. Not sure why. Now, Svetlana. Hello, Svetlana. It's getting... let me turn AC on. 1 second. Okay. So, we have this. This is as is shot, which is wow. I see the way that this bottle was fixed up in the air, then the liquid, and the splash is coming, and this is the final shot, which is awesome. Wow, Svetlana, very well done, very well done. That's amazing. In terms of critique, I know technically it's very nice. I see everything. I see the brand name. It's all liquid. You have beautiful gradient. You have the gradient on the background. You have beautiful gradient on the on your subject. Well, the only thing that, even though it's probably the right way to do this, but what I don't like, when you shoot straight like this, it's a cylinder. Remember, I don't know if did you see or not my previous critiques or some of the courses. It's cool to have instead of lines, horizontal lines, arcs, and this way we see that this is it's cylinder. We usually do it by moving camera a little bit up or down if it's vertical like this. In your case, it's like that. But you know what? For this particular shot, probably it's okay to have it like that. Because if you move the camera, it will be, the perspective distortion and stuff, and it may be a little bit strange. So I would say it's okay. Just keep in mind next time, arcs, all this instead of lines. Okay, just because of changing the angle. Other than this, very nice, very nice. I like it. Yeah. So, congratulations. Done well, really. Yeah. Attempt with water. I don't know, do you have any portfolio to look at? Because if it's your first attempt, Well, not much here. So add some, link to your profile, to portfolio. It's interesting to see. Okay, next, Alisa. Hello, Alisa. We have some orange diamonds, which is like, wow. Okay. First, I was thinking that it's not a sugar, but diamonds, like, wow. Okay, cool idea. Sugar, wow, and this natural diamond. Alisa, the only thing that I don't see diamonds, I don't see the ring, almost don't see it on this shot. It's like, it's lost. It's lost because there are brighter, larger subjects, and there is very little thingy that sits in the middle. The good thing that it sits in the middle, but really it's too small. It's too small. I know why you did it. When, let's say, you're gonna shoot it really close, for example, like this is how I would shoot it. The sugar may not look good, but again, it may be not bad. Actually, what I see, it's not bad. Then you can always spray it with liquid or something, so it will be kind of polished when it starts melting. Maybe I'm speculating. It will be more like polished, maybe cooler look. But again, even like this, it's nice. You just need to get closer. And of course, the biggest issue here is the metal. Metal look unprofessional, Alisa. This is, it's completely unprofessional because, well, you have a little bit of some diffuser sitting to the left, and the rest is just, bare reflection of your studio. We don't shoot jewelry like this, unless this is exactly what client wants or you want, but I'm not sure if this is your case. Propping, it's just a propping. It's not the main thing, right? We put lighting, we put our modifiers, everything for the jewelry, for that subject that we shoot. And then propping. Not physically then. First, of course, we put the composition, then we put lighting. But I'm saying about what we care about, what we build the lighting for, is for subject. Okay, so it should look better, metal. It may be hard for you because of the plate and stuff. And do we have the... Okay, this is better, yeah, when you get it like this. Exactly like I did, right? It's fun. Same thing here, the diamond looks okay, actually, but to get most of it, you need way higher magnification, really high, like really 1:1 or even more, to get, like 2 times closer than this. Imagine that, shooting somewhere like this. This is where we'll see the diamond. It's little diamond, right? It's not much. To get, the whole thing, it may look like this, your shot, And yeah, diamond, then it will shine. You try the something like a scone, right? Okay. That's actually, thank you for posting. This is good. But it's not a cone. For this shot, I would definitely use a cone. Because this opening, if you look, we see a lot of reflection from the frontal area, which is not really covered with anything. On your setup, it's huge gap. And with proximity, it's really close to it. Imagine it's basically, like almost like a half of visible area of your ring is not covered with the diffuser, with this opening, because it's really close to it. You understand it, right? Put yourself into, in that position of the ring, and you see a lot through that hole just because it's so close. If you move this lighting, if you move your diffusers far away, then it will be smaller gap. But you know, when you get closer, you see more, meaning that more reflection of your studio instead of diffuser. So I would use the cone, tightly sit on your lens, so the only lens will be visible. And actually, lens, you can have even smaller hole for this, because lens, you need the hole only for the glass inside the lens, so it can be really like small one. Okay, and the cone. Of course, the table should be different. You can cover all this table with the cone. It's good to have little plate inside the cone, so cone covers it. You've seen on my jewelry lessons, right? So yeah, like that. Gemstone looks good because diamond, yeah, it likes and it actually grabs the reflection from top because of the position in it. It grabs everything where you have diffuser plus the sharp light that you hit it. It's nice, but metal is not really happy, okay, about your lighting setup. Alrighty, but cool idea. This sugar, very nice, very nice. Thank you. Okay, let's move to next jewelry. Lots of jewelry. I like it. Okay, set up 2 lights, 1 softbox, and 1 strip box. Let's see. Oh, this is cool. It's not a cone, but this is what I'm talking about. You still can have smaller opening. Guys, don't make big hole. With jewelry, with then, you know, the way that how close you are to the subject, smaller opening for the lens will be better, because really, like, you can have it 10 times, oh sorry, not 2 times smaller. Talking about the you know, the square, the size, the whole size. If you make it smaller and rounded, it will be 2 times less area that is not covered by diffuser. And let's see the final result. That's cool. Yeah, very clean, very nice. So there is no gemstones, right? It's all metal and just different, you know, edges, facets. Very interesting piece. Yeah, you done it well. The main idea here is to show, you know, that it's you know, the facets. You need to show that you know, all the edges. It's dark and bright. You got it there. All is visible. Again, this is after Photoshop, as I understand. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, very clean. Again, after Photoshop, if you would post as is, would be cool, just to see how much you got out of the camera. But other than this, I love it. I don't think that, you know, you need to do something different. It's very cool. You like, well, I don't like this 21. I don't like actually anything that I see inside, except maybe if it would be brand name or whatever, if they put any brand name. Sometimes we decide to remove this, sometimes not. It's up, I mean, depends how this image will be used. You know, for, well, whatever. I don't know, maybe they like when it's there, like showing the, you know, what kind of gold is it and stuff. But I don't know, I'm not a big fan of all this stuff. But in any case, Ahmed, very good work. Thank you. And thank you for posting light and stuff. This, guys, this cylinder, that kind of, it's almost like a cone. If you, it's probably the simplest way to make, you know, diffuser for jewelry. You make a cylinder, you actually can cover it from diffuser cylinder and the hole for the lens, and yeah, it will act almost like a cone, It will be the only visible. I mean, it depends on how much metal, because it will be visible the edges of that cylinder on the top. Cone, there is no edges, right? This is the beauty of the cone. But yeah, the rest is really nice. Okay, I see. Well, yeah, if it's e-commerce, yes, I agree. If it will be like on a catalog or something, that's probably a good idea to have all these numbers and stuff. For the advertisement, billboard, I don't think so. If anyone, Okay, so Alice again. We have some video. You just move lights. Right. Yeah, this is cool. This is how it works. It's not legal. I was thinking, what is legal reading? I know that it's not legal without any light modifiers. Okay. Well, I don't know. You're saying that otherwise you can get sparkles without overexposing the image. I don't know why it's like this, because for me, for the sparkles, I need to have direct light. So yeah, definitely one of my lights was, directly without any light modifiers. No, actually it was sort of like a lens. It could be like a snoot, optical snoot, for example. So the sharp light hitting this either with aperture closed or with the starburst filter, yeah, you have all this. But if you have diffusers around, they shouldn't interfere with that light. I mean, diffusers is for metal. And look, your sparkles, they appear on the background. I mean, we see them because background is darker, right? On a white background, of course, we won't see any sparkles because they just won't be visible. Yeah, I understand. Legal, cool. Yeah, I understand. That's fun. Yeah, star filter. I think that's the only explanation. It's starburst filter. So I don't think that it will be a problem if you will have a diffuser, unless your background will be way brighter because of this, light spill and stuff and blah blah blah, and eventually you won't see the starburst. But I mean, it's up to you. It depends on what you're getting here. On this one, I don't know, Alisa, why you have your background is so close. I mean, it's textured background. You did it for purpose probably, but I don't. That's me, but I don't like mixing texture and texture. You have your jewelry. It's almost like a texture, right, on it. It's very tiny, like a net, and then you have texture on the background, and then you have sharp light, and you have multiple shadows. I wouldn't use it this way. If background that close, it would be seamless in my case. If it's the texture, I would move it further away to blur it a little bit out, and yeah, maybe there is some texture, but it won't be that sharp as it is now. So and no sharp shadows. In this case, the subject will look better. Okay, I see why. Okay, because if it's like this, I understand you need to use that the mannequin. And as the sparks are really cool. The only problem with this that it's blurry. It's probably some motion blur. I don't know. I see bright light. Sparkles from gold are not strong as like diamond sparkles, so you need really bright light. Yeah, I understand. But again, why you have your light there? That's fine. You have your sharp, bright light without any light modifier. But it should be. I mean, if you put some diffuser around, just for the metal, even without light behind it, I don't think it's gonna kill the sparkles, because the light is not covered by diffuser, right? It will be just for reflection. But again, maybe it's not needed. It's actually like this. It doesn't look bad. I'm talking about these metal balls. They have, bright areas. They have dark. I just don't like background. I think background it's too bright here. I mean, I would move it away, or make some clear background, I mean the black plexiglass or something, without any reflection on it. I mean, without any shadow. Reflection could be. So yeah, it's kind of dirty, but yeah, maybe if it works. But problem with this, it's that bright and not sexy background. Why didn't you use how you call it, velvet bust the mannequin? It won't be reflecting as much light. Velvet is usually really like absorbing lights and not yeah, and shadows, and especially double shadows. It's like a football field when there are 4 or 8 reflections from each, the soccer player. I don't think it's good here. One shadow may be okay, double shadow now. And yeah, I would soften shadows just by moving the background, even though it's not really background that you hang it there, but yeah, background away from the subject, maybe like, I don't know, 10 centimeters away, and it will be slight shadows, maybe like 5 centimeters away, soft shadow, right, and a little bit blur background, and then boom, immediately we see the texture on these balls on the earrings. Okay. So, but good exercise, and thank you for sharing this. Okay. Wilhelm Williams, right? You said William. We have this. Wow, that's fun. I mean, it's good. It's good shot. Fun. Why I said fun? Oh, nice. I love this. That's cool. Don't like music, but for Instagram, it's the best. That's cool. Lots of work, man. Okay, I see now. Okay. More likes like that. Lots of work, man. Lots of work. Well done. Well done. So, I was kind of smiling internally because I see the kind of floating bottle. That's unusual. I mean, we usually, it's like lots of pores going on, but usually we emphasizing the pour itself, so it's more visible than the bottom of the bottle. Here you did it opposite, and literally this thing is sticking out a little bit too much on my taste. I would rather crop it away or partially crop it. Imagine somewhere like this, okay? In this case, for example, I don't have this, how you call it, dissonance, or how it's in English, when like some uneasiness inside on the aesthetical feelings. So this crop, talking about bottom, for me it look better, okay, than what you have. Let's see if we can play with it a little bit in Photoshop. Why it jumps screen to screen? I don't know. Okay, so what I was thinking to do. What if we'll get a burn tool, okay, and highlights, midtones. Let's do midtones. So, and try to, what I was going to say, that it's really bright and nice, but what if you would have some areas slightly darker, because you have this huge octabox or something similar to it on top, and you have other lights on the sides usually for for food. It's mostly like a food shot, beverage, it works really well because it has shadows and stuff. But that big one, it soften everything. I know why you have it. I know because you have a glass, you need to have all this, nice bottle and everything. I agree with this. But you can always use maybe Photoshop or something similar just to make things a little bit darker in some areas, okay? Let's do this, let's do like this and like that. So, to make it less flat, okay? Some of the area could be darker. Mostly on the edges. It's, probably not the best edit like this, but I want to give some idea. This way, we will have, oh, this is too dark, sorry. So yeah, that's not, and actually it's a little bit overexposed, your form. So somewhere like this, in between this and this, yours is a little bit too flat for my taste. This will bring a little bit more, a little bit more to the subjects. I also will crop it this way, okay? So it's a little bit more squarish, which is usually good. Even maybe a little bit more, but not touching the bottom of this guy. So somewhere like that. Of course, I would move this bottom thingy a little bit more inside the frame because they now it's sticking out. But yeah, somewhere like this. You have very, very good work. Try to make it a little bit more contrast, a little bit less flat. A little bit of Photoshop. You still can do it, and I think it will benefit. Okay. Perspective, yeah, the Aurora perspective, like I said, it's kind of a little bit because of the this bottom is sticking out. I would rotate the whole thing. Again, if I would be you, I would be putting bottle a little bit on the side, not like that, but more like that. And we will see the pour a little bit better because of this. It still will be visible, the brand name and everything, but we won't see that much of the bottom anymore. So slightly, move, that whole thing. Okay. Other than this, William, very good work. Very, very good work. Thank you for posting. That's awesome. Okay, that's it, guys. Ooh, we got into in 1 hour. No, we have one more. Actually, whoa. 2 more. I got something else. Yeah, completely white background for this white guy. That's tough. It's tough call. White gold, white background, bright diamonds. But speaking about this, it's possible. Your metal looks great. It's a little bit probably over polished. But the biggest issue here is that metal look like it's almost plastic or like it's matte. You have too uniform feeling. There is no shadows. There is no dark and bright reflections. There is no sharp cut-off lines. Look at this. This is the only place where we see that, hey, this is glossy. There is some black and a little bit black here. The rest is like filled with light without much gradients on it. And metal looks dull. It's this is how you call it, right? It should be glossy. It should be sparkly glossy. We do it by putting some black screens or shadows on your lighting setup, I mean on your diffuser, whatever you used. Your diamonds, your gemstones, looks great. Lots of details. They still can be a little bit more probably contrast. And I always tell them, hey, it should be the brightest part of, you know, composition, the diamond. But on the white background, of course, you cannot beat a background. So yeah, here, if you would have metal look correct, diamonds will be more brighter because of this. If it will be, you know, black areas. Look at this. You have a little bit black here, a little bit. You need to have more. You know, it's always should be black areas. If you look, I don't know, you know, jewelry, photography, good jewelry photography. Not all of them good. I'm talking about this. You see this metal, it look bright. It looks glossy because of this deep, and of course it's Photoshop. It's, I mean, but the idea, I mean, it's not everything Photoshop. They can enhance it. This is how metal should look like. Okay, it shouldn't be like yours because it looks like plastic. And let's see. Okay, lighting setup. You got even the light painting, which is cool. Yeah, okay, I see, yeah. You have your diffusers really close to it, close to the metal, close to the subject. It's super hard to make any shadow there, right? Because of the, you know, it's light spills everywhere. So there is no way to create a gradient on the diffuser. And yeah, if you shoot it like this, it always be the result similar to what you got. Unless you will have some small black screens, you know, you can always make some arcs, you know, just cut black paper and stick it inside your little diffuser to get some reflection. It's possible. It's kind of a little bit unusual, but it's possible, you know, with black piece of paper inside, make a curve and put it somewhere so it reflects on the metal. But more professionally is to move out so you have your diffusers really far away. Camera can be almost inside, but if you don't use the cone, if you're not covering everything, for this shot it's probably not necessary, so it's okay to use just the panels, diffuser panels, but get big one. You don't need to have that big table, because table should be small one, so you can always put big diffusers around it and they shouldn't interfere with table. In this case, believe me, you will get an amazing result. It will be way easier for you to create those, you know, shadows and gradients, just because you have big diffuser, you can have a spotlight on it, the rest will be darker, and you have beautiful gradient. What I showed you here, it's a shit because there is no gradients, almost no gradients. But at least it, you know, I show you what on the metal should look like, you know. I need to get to my portfolio, I guess, but yeah, not many good photographers out there. Anyway, yeah, you see, your reflection is just plain gray. That's the problem. The best part of the metal is the bottom, even after post-production, just because you have gradient there. You got the gradient. There is bright area, dark area, shadows, and when you kind of smooth it out in Photoshop, it looks nice. Okay. Thank you, Sveta. So we got this, and Rafael, what is that? Small switch. Okay. Okay. Okay, Rafael, I mean, it looks okay. The only question that I have for you, why for white and gray switch you have white and gray background? I mean, that's fine. That's fine. If it is, then yes. If you need it like this. But I personally would use darker background, so it will bring up the switch. That's it. Because nice work. With all this dome, with that turns on or off, and the light actually, it's all cool. If you would have, instead of this white, which turned to be gray, or white background, something darker, it will look better, like in my taste. Okay. Yeah, you just use plain piece of some, almost like a diffuser or whatever. I would put, what I would do? I would put gray paper there. Gray, like 50% shade, sort of. And it will be way darker than what you have in some areas, and relatively bright where it's still, there is light. Okay, that's it, guys. I think we're done. Thank you for joining me. If you have any questions, it's time for you to ask me right now. Did you see my post on I'll show you Midjourney official? I didn't post it here because it will be easier for you. What I did, I used one of my photo and feed Midjourney, and it created similar photos for me. And I asked which one is actual photo. So between this, and this. Oh, this is cool. Where is the photo? This is the photo. This is actual photo. And looks like nobody got it right. But still, it's rather fascinating, what you can do with that Midjourney. And it's all mine. I mean, it's my photo as a source, and even the result, nobody can do similar. But of course, now it's easy to do the similar. You just grab any photo like this one, you feed it to Midjourney through describe command, and you get something similar. So, no ideas, no copyright, nothing. Okay. Guys, what I'm talking about. Oh, crazy, Alex switched and then I didn't show you. Sorry. What I was telling you is about these photos. I'm sorry. This is cool. And this is photo. Okay, now I'm not going to switch back. So, thank you. Thank you for joining. Next Thursday will be next Q&A. Make sure you have photos submitted for the review. And expect email about AI tools for creators course. Not only ChatGPT, there are different LLM models, large language models that you can use everywhere. Not only photography, not only on business, but in business it's really good. But like legal advice as well, anything, trip planning, coaching, any questions. And then Midjourney, and especially Midjourney together with ChatGPT. That's amazing. When ChatGPT can describe something for you and then you feed it with Midjourney, to Midjourney, that's wow. Okay, so have a good rest of your week. Definitely a good weekend. Enjoy your summer. And that's not much left. It's kind of flying. And see you next Thursday. Goodbye, guys.